direct from Nashville. Welcome to Lifestyle with Denise Simons.
Hello everyone, I'm Denise Simons and welcome to Lifestyle. This is a show about bringing life into your home and helping you create your style. And we do it all by giving you tips and inspiration. I've been a designer over 25 years and I am passionate about the home and I'm eager to share the best ideas with you. You're invited to take a tour through a room that's been decorated from the archives. From vintage fabrics to historic books, some that surprisingly revealed my past in Little Rock. And then, listen, it doesn't have to be summer to enjoy the beach. Gather up your seashells because I'm going to show you how to use your memories on your table. And then on Designer Citation, where homeowners turn themselves in for design that's a crime. Well, this homeowner says she felt like she was living in a house for hobbits. We'll see her home transformed. And then some people have bowls full of these in their home and they don't know what to do with them. Well, we're going to show you exactly what to do coming up. But first, take a look at this room that surprisingly revealed my past. Upon entering this library, the first thing you notice is the massive piece of art on the wall. In fact, it takes up the entire wall. I'm here with Shirley Horowitz of Davishire Interiors, and she's going to give us a private tour. Thank you for letting us come into your library. This is beautiful.
Well, thank you. This is our small library.
Yes, I know we've got an opportunity to see the large library, but tell me about the very large painting that we see on the wall.
Well, most people would be afraid to put such a large painting in such a small room, but actually it makes the room seem larger when you have one big thing rather than a lot of little things. The rest of the room has little things like books and chairs and small tables.
Small accessories. Mm-hmm. Well, the subject matter of this piece of art is very intriguing. What's happening here?
Well, this is by Jules Dubea. And it's called A Difficult Crossing. They are trying to get the donkey onto the boat to cross the water. The donkey does not want to get onto the boat, but one of our English clients retitled it. He said, it's Get Your Ass on the Boat.
And there's difficulty doing that.
Great difficulty.
Well, I love the frame too. We have to talk about how massive this is. In fact, this is not something that you could just anchor to the wall with anchors. You've had to really hoist it up with some iron as well. But
we actually did almost an easel. It's an iron easel behind this to support it. It was too heavy for almost any wall. The frame is very, very heavy, and it is all wood, gilt. It took 3 men just to bring the painting inside.
Well, it makes such a beautiful statement in the room. And right beside it, I noticed this, eagle that looks a little testy.
He's hand-carved, he's gilt. And if you go and look at his face, he is smirking.
Oh, wow. I mean, he has, he's a little intimidating. Oh, what is this behind?
Well, that is so that you can make your speeches. I make them to my family. It's actually a lectern.
Oh, wow. And it has a place here for your books.
Your notes.
Your notes.
When there are lots of things to talk about.
Well, and I can see, too, that with the feathers, it's the perfect place to put your hands and speak to all the people. Wow, that's a beautiful piece. And while I'm back here, it looks as if your window treatments were created the same time this room was. They look very vintage, and I like the pattern as well.
It's actually velvet. And it's a French design, an 18th century French design that has been placed on the velvet. And we actually used a fabric very similar to this when we were doing the governor's mansion.
Oh, and I could see how that would work very well in that application as well. Now, these are panels that you can move back and forth. And tell me about the fringed piece at the top.
Well, that's actually a swag. And when you close the drapery, when you pull them closed, then the swag spreads out.
And I can see too that I can actually feel that there's bump inside. So this is lined and interlined so that you can make it very cozy.
And it's black outlined also. They're 4 layers of fabric, so that it does make it much warmer, especially with these old doors.
Oh, this is a fantastic application. Now we're going to walk over and see the fireplace. I like that this is a cozy area for 2 right by the fireplace, and this mantle is chocked full of treasures. Tell me about some of these pieces. The clock, let's start with that.
Well, it's French in design, but it's called buhl work. This actually is faux buhl because the real buhl was used, the tortoise was used.
Oh, I see.
But this is a faux tortoise with brass. So you always, in buhl work, have a negative and a positive. In other words, a brass design filled in with tortoise, and then the other would be the tortoise cut out and filled in with the brass.
Right.
So it's a positive and negative.
And around this clock, you see a lot of the brass on the outside edge. Well, as we look at these candelabras, very interesting. I like the chains that hang down from each one.
I think that's the English with their sense of humor. These used to be oil candles, oil lit.
Oh, okay.
So you would take the little cap off.
You've wired them so that you can use them all the time. I love that. Now, the large piece of art that we see here, very interesting with animals in the background.
This is by Noterman, and Noterman was a Belgian artist who was famous for animalia. And of course, most of his animals were doing people things. So you can see they're bedding, they're shooting craps or something. And they've had quite a day because you can actually see the sun coming in through the window. And if you look very carefully at the stairwell over on the right, you'll see Mrs. Monkey up there, who is obviously very peeved with the guys.
And overturned chairs.
Overturned chairs, yes.
This, I think that it's been a brawling
Yeah,
night.
it's getting a little rowdy.
Well, let's go over and have a seat. I want you to show me a few more things in this library.
Okay.
Shirley, I like that this room is cozy enough for one person to sit and read a book, but it's also enough seating for about 8 people.
Right.
How do you use this room and how has it changed over the years?
Oh my gosh, the first owner of this house had a sort of a little mini museum. He was a descendant of Adelicia Acklin, and he used to have a lot of his collection in here on the shelves. Then when we bought it, we had 3 boys. We needed a family room. In the old part of the house, there was not a family room. So it became a family room with lots of chairs and a television. Then when we did the addition, we made this into a small library where, as you said, I can come back here and read at night and it's cozy by the fire.
Oh, it is.
Or we can have 8 people in here having cocktails.
I love it. And this is an interesting chair. We have to point out what this chair, well, the origin.
Well, this is a beautiful old 18th century English Chippendale chair. And, but if you lift the front edge, it used to be a potty chair. There would have been a potty chamber underneath
Yeah, no,
the
this
seat.
would be an adult potty chair.
Yes, yes, adult potty chair.
That's so interesting. Well, I know that the wood here is actually indigenous to Tennessee.
It's white walnut.
Okay.
And
Cut.
203, take 2, pick up.
The wood paneling on the wall is indigenous to Tennessee. It's very interesting. What is it?
it's white walnut.
You know, it's very rich, the background, and I understand that you use this again in another.
Right. When we built the 2-story library that you filmed once, that's also in white walnut.
Now, can you still get the walnut?
You can. Can you all? I'm sorry. Can you hear the telephone?
There are lots of books here. Now, I know in your other library you have specific.
We have most of the new books, the research books, reference books, art books, novels, things like that. And then in here we have all of the old books, beautiful
so
old
pretty.
antique books.
The covers for the old books are just so beautiful. They add so much richness. Well, I wanted to talk about what's on top of this table here. This is interesting. It looks like it's made of brass. It feels really heavy. Tell me a little bit about this.
Well, this is an inkwell. and it has a beautiful burled walnut tray. And with this 18th century French inkwell, I put a very contemporary wooden bowl that was carved by a local artist, Ray Sandusky.
I like that because it's an eclectic mix. Well, I have to say, this piqued my interest. This table, it looks as if it's molded. People may have seen book tables before with these lion legs, but in fact, there's a little secret hiding in that. Tell me about it.
Well, these are actually books, and they are gazettes, books from the old Arkansas Gazette. I hear that you're from Arkansas.
I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas, and so interesting, when Jackie and I first got married, we both worked at the Gazette. So this was very interesting to me. Do you mind to show me some of it, if we can take these off?
Not
Okay,
at all.
great. Wow. Look at that. So it literally is each of the gazettes that have been printed. And look here, advanced spring dresses, $7.98.
Yes.
Jackets, dresses.
Of course, this was done during the war years. So there are lots of articles about battles and
And ways to protect your business.
ways to protect your business.
We're still
this
saying
is before the internet.
the exact
Yeah.
same thing.
Going to war, public auction.
Oh wow, 30,000 in stocks. Morale is a women's business. Oh, you know, I think I could stay here all afternoon and look through these Little Rock Gazette. I think I'll find some of my family history.
Quite possible.
Everything's been delightful. Thanks for showing us around the art and your books. Everything has been very delightful except for that eagle.
Well, it's been almost 30 years since I said Arkansas Democrat and took your ads over the phone. Well, it's funny because I think now people use Craigslist, but back then I had never heard of an Evinrude motor, so I learned how to spell that. And then there was a caller who was Rick Slick, and he lived on Easy Street. No kidding, he checked out and he even sold his item. Well, you know, I always like to give you great tips about your home, and this one's from Bella Linnea. If you want to keep your linens very crisp, you should do what the Europeans do. After you wash those, you need to hang them to dry. Not only does it smell wonderful, but it also knocks out all of the wrinkles. If you want more information about how to take care of your linens, go to BellaLinnea.com. And listen, if you're in Nashville, go by their showroom. They have over 14 beds set up. And you can call them at 866-280-4480. Coming up, gather up your seashells, send out the Evite, because we are going to dine beachside. I'll show you how right after the break.
Discount Tire carries the world's best brands at the best prices. Come by and see Bridgestone's new DriveGuard tire. DriveGuard technology keeps you going safely even after a puncture and zero air pressure for up to 50 miles at 50 miles per hour. So stop by your neighborhood Discount Tire store for the best price on all Bridgestone tires. Thank you, Discount Tire.
It's easy to get overwhelmed by technology, but isn't technology supposed to make your life easier? Now it can with Absolute AV's Pure Control. Manage your home with a custom user interface. Improve your home's efficiency. Get instant notifications if something changes, and get fast personal support. Enhance and simplify the technology in your life with Absolute AV's Pure Control.
Lifestyle with Denise Simons, brought to you by Bridgestone and Discount Tire.
If you need inspiration for your home and lifestyle, watch Lifestyle with Denise Simons. I'll show you beautifully transformed homes, and I'll give you tips on entertaining. Visit us at lifestylewithdenisesimons.com for showtimes, or if you would like to be part of the show. I hope you'll join me for the party each and every week, because you're invited.
Joie de vivre, and that's Cajun for the joy of life. Amber Falls Winery invites you to share our family heritage and to experience the fruits of our labor. We take the best that nature has to offer and give it our own special touch to create award-winning wines crafted just for you. Enjoy them in our underground tasting cellar or ask for Amber Falls Wines at your favorite liquor store. Amber Falls Winery, Hampshire, Tennessee. We'll bring out the Cajun in you.
Coming up is Designer Citation. This is where homeowners turn themselves in for design that's a crime. And then we rehabilitate it. And it's brought to you by Bridgestone and Discount Tire. Listen, does the thought of changing your tire on the side of the road make you cringe? And you know what? Why does it always happen in the rain? I see these people on the side of the road trying to change their tire. Well, that will never happen if you have Drive Guard. It was created by Bridgestone. It allows you to go 50 miles at 50 miles per hour without changing the tire. And there's no problem in handling as well. If you're interested in these tires, go to discounttire.com. Listen, there's over 900 locations. You're sure to find a location near you. Right now, this mini-size bath gets a makeover.
I'm Design Officer Simons, and this is Designer Citation. We've just received a tip, some criminal behavior. Design that's a crime. Let's see if we can apprehend the suspect before any further damage is done.
Okay, so the before photo of this vanity is not our usual 911, but in this case, the new homeowners are 5'9" and 6 foot tall, and this sink height felt more like it was made for hobbits. It was pretty standard in the 80s to have a 30-inch cultured marble with molded sinks. The light fixture, well, it was less than exciting, and the cabinets were missing something. Where are the center drawers? Popcorn ceilings looked dated and had to go. The walk-in shower had mold issues. The bench seat was filled with caulk where it was damaged. And talk about hard to clean. Ugh. Ceramic tile was basic and needed the wow factor. Brooks and Dana got started tearing out the bath. With the vanities removed, the demo was in progress. Ooh, now for that wallpaper. It really proved to be a nightmare. And to stay on budget, they acted as their own contractor but hired professional plumbers, electricians, and tile setters. Good idea. Now take a look at the new bath. The most striking is how light and airy the room feels now. Using the white shiplap siding on the walls, along with the mirrors and the vintage lucite lights, makes the space feel bigger without adding square footage. The mirrored medicine cabinets reflect the elegant shower, and it hides all the toiletries for the homeowner. This is a great use of space. And now the double vanity is 34 inches high, perfect for the homeowners. I like the mixed use of metals, chrome on the faucets and brass handles on the vanity. The counter is gray speckled granite and has a clean look with undermount sinks. In the shower, this white subway tile is laid out in a herringbone pattern with gray grout. Ooh la la, check out the new bench seat. Much more practical to take the seat to the wall and easy cleaning and maintenance. The shower heads are a waterfall combo with a handheld shower and a grab bar. Nice nickel finish. So if you're looking to remodel a bath and want a fresh look, use white shiplap, herringbone marble tile, frameless shower doors, and if you're 6 foot tall, raise the counters to a comfortable level. Now these homeowners no longer feel like they are living in a house for hobbits.
We're here to protect. We're here to serve. We're here to rehabilitate your home. Until next time.
Here is something that you need to keep in mind whenever you're doing a bath remodel. Things like a bench seat and your shower pans need to be professionally installed. You don't want to have trouble with water or mold down the road. But I will tell you, the things that are DIY are like your handles. You can install those, and keep in mind on all of your fixtures, they don't have to match. Using a variety is fun. And I always like to give you a good resource, and you can contact my good friend Richard Friesen of Absolute AV for any of your installations, from your security system, your garage doors. Well, he can even put in your motorization of your window treatment. You can contact him at absavtn.com or 615-656-8900. Well, you might have bowls full of these and it's not cherries or marbles. I'm going to show you what to do with them right after the break.
Simple, organized life. That's California Closets. For a limited time, when you buy one space, you'll save 30% off a second space. Call to schedule your free design consultation with California Closets today.
What used to be called home automation, we'd like to call pure control. Just seemed like common sense. Implement your custom Pure Control solution into your home and business today. Absolute AV Consulting.
It's an area known for growing the finest in wine grapes. Welcome to Amber Falls Winery and Cellars. Here we harvest our grapes at the peak of their flavor. Come experience Amber Falls award-winning wines in our underground tasting room. For discounts and additional benefits, be sure and join our wine club. Whether dining out or at your favorite liquor store, ask for us by name. Amber Falls Winery and Cellars, where a great start leads to a great finish.
Lifestyle with Denise Simons, brought to you by Bridgestone and Discount Tire.
If you need inspiration for your home and lifestyle, watch Lifestyle with Denise Simons. I'll show you beautifully transformed homes, and I'll give you tips on entertaining. Visit us at lifestylewithdenisesimons.com for showtimes, or if you would like to be part of the show. I hope you'll join me for the party each and every week, because you're invited.
Discount Tire carries the world's best brands at the best prices. Come by and see Bridgestone's new DriveGuard tire. DriveGuard technology keeps you going safely, even after a puncture, and zero air pressure for up to 50 miles at 50 miles per hour. So stop by your neighborhood Discount Tire store for the best price on all Bridgestone tires. Thank you, Discount Tire.
Enjoy a simpler, more organized life with help from California Closets. And for a limited time, when you buy one space, you'll save 30% off a second space. Call to schedule your free design consultation with California Closets today.
Recently, I was at a client's home and I noticed her matchbook collection. Most people will collect matches as a souvenir or memorabilia. I actually use all of mine to light candles. But I noticed that a lot of people put them in big bowls and they collect dust. I liked the way she displayed them because it was very organized. Trish said her grandmother has numerous fish bowls full of matches, and she had to choose the most meaningful. Each shelf was created for a different family member. She told me the story of how her family was stationed at Seward's Air Force Base and how her mother loved to take trips to Vegas. You can see all the matches from there. And the Frontier Texaco, well, they stopped there every Sunday on their way to church. So it got me to thinking, I know I've got some matches, but I need to look for them. So I started pulling open drawers, I went up in the attic, and there was one particular one that I was looking for, and I found it. This was the prize. It was from my wedding in 1985, and I thought this is a great way to start my display. Now I needed something to put it in. I found this display case online. I just popped in the search display case for matchbooks. There were hundreds of sites. In fact, there's clubs you can join if you have lots of matchbooks. But I like this one because it had the glass, which keeps it from getting dust, and that all the shelves have a groove, so all of your matches fit right in each shelf. I also got mine in a black tone. You can get it in wood tone as well. Now I need to place all of my matches. What I like about this is you just pop it right in the groove there. These were some of from our favorite places. This is our favorite bed and breakfast. This was a place that we eat a lot, Rose Peppers. And I'm going to have a little bit of negative space because I don't have that many matches. Oh, and when you come to a matchbook that won't quite fit, you can turn it on its side. That was from a cigar party that we had. So you just keep placing these in, and as you collect them, you'll have more space to put them. And you can move them around as well. Now we're ready to hang this on the wall or place it inside a bookcase. So remember, the next time you're at your favorite hotel, your favorite restaurant, maybe you're at a gas station or a wedding, be sure to pick up a matchbook as a souvenir to put in your display.
Welcome to the Cheers Corner. This is the portion of the show where we hand out the party favors and we make our toast. You know, a good host always has a little takeaway at the end of the party, and we think life should be celebrated. We give you so many great ideas throughout the show, so just as a reminder, here are the party favors for this week. Little Rock Archives. Bind newspapers and magazines in leather. You know, this protects the paper and it creates books that can be stacked like Shirley did with the Arkansas Democrat newspapers. And it makes a custom table. On the bath makeover, use white to give the illusion of space. Using the white shiplap siding on the walls, along with the mirrors and vintage lucite lights, make the space feel bigger without adding square footage. Buy a vintage light. You know, in a world of box stores, nothing makes your project look more designed than something unique. These vintage lucite lights cast a fun shadow on the ceiling and add soft lighting. Matchbook displays. Forget the dust collecting bowls that fit above the fridge. Take those matches and make some memories. You know, it makes a great gift too. For more inspiring ideas, watch us right here every week, same place, same time. And be sure to get in touch with me. I'd love to hear from you. You can go on my website at lifestylewithdenisesimons.com. You can also like me on Facebook, Lifestyle with Denise Simons, and I promise to love you back. Also, you can sign up for my newsletter and find out what's going to be on every week. Listen, I want to know what state are you watching us in so we can be sure to stay on your station. Also, there'll be some contest where you could win a free consultation with me. We always like to end our show with a toast. We hope that we've divided your sorrows and multiplied your joys. Until next time, cheers!
Cheers! Florals provided by Ilex for Flowers.